I am an insatiably curious person. Everyone I meet is my teacher. Sometimes those lessons are blessings, and other times they challenge me and help me to grow. My goal as a host is to provide a gentle space of honest consideration, communication, and respect for all, as everything's considered. Welcome to the show. Hello, and welcome to the Everything Considered podcast. I'm very happy today to have my friend Taña Lee with us, and she's going to talk to us about essential oils for wellness and total body happiness. Thank you, Taña, for coming on, and a big welcome to you.
Well, thank you. I'm so honored to be part of your podcast. I've listened to quite a few, and I'm a big fan of yours. So, this is just going to be fun.
Well, thank you. And I'm a big fan of yours too. I think a lot of people don't know a whole lot about essential oils, or if they do, they don't realize what they can really do in your life. Can you tell us a little bit about how it was that you discovered essential oils and it became a part of your life?
It's a pretty funny story. We were there's kind of two parts to it. I was originally we lived in DC. We moved down here. My husband changed jobs around the same time. We were insurance in between.
Okay.
And so we had to pay for his insurance for his medications because he has asthma. He's almost diabetic. Had back issues. Just so many different things that we were using on a regular basis, and it cost us almost $1,000.
Oh my goodness.
And at that point I was like, oh my gosh, I need to start looking at different alternatives. Well, around that same time I met Janice Boscarello, one of my favorite people in the
Mutual
world.
friend of ours. Yes.
Yes, she's a medium, and I wanted her to take a look at our house, and I started talking to her. And I've suffered from depression as well, so the move was a little tough on me. And she says, you need wild orange. And I thought, eating oranges is not going to do anything
to
make me feel better.
Vitamin C, right? But not really.
Yeah. And no. She says, no. Wild orange, essential oil. So I also was getting my eyelashes done. So a friend of mine was a doTERRA wellness advocate, and she says, oh yeah, I can hook you up, no problem. And I started carrying my little wild orange bottle around with me. And being the researcher and the got to find out why it all works kind of person that I am, I started researching the company. And it turns out it's an amazing company. Bought my first kit, and the rest is history. I couldn't stop talking about them. The changes that it's made in my family has been phenomenal. And that's kind of how it all started.
Wow. So wild orange actually kind of lifted your mood and helped you to kind of adjust to being in a new place. And that's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Citrus oils are amazing in that capacity. They are mood lifters. It's actually a scientific and chemical reaction that happens in the limbic system. When you smell wild orange, it gives you the feeling of happiness, and whether you want to or not. And one of the things I always challenge people to do is when we're in a class or something, I said, smell this wild orange, and then I want you to frown. And you can't. There's what has happened in your body will not allow you to frown. Usually everybody starts cracking up and laughing because physically your body is now happy, and you can't do the frown. And so, yeah, citrus oils are some of my very favorites.
That's wonderful. But they can treat a lot of different things. I mean, even pain, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So muscle pain, respiratory issues, just a ton of different things. And I think a lot of people just think, well, they smell nice and I like them at the spa or whatever, but you can use some topically, right?
Absolutely. Topically, aromatically, and internally. Some oils. I only recommend very few, and doTERRA has a specific set that are edible, and they work really well in an internal fashion.
Okay. So, so your need for using them was just simply because it was expensive trying to get medical care with no insurance. And so that was just an alternative that you looked into. What are reasons that other people look to essential oils for?
So they've also been used historically as emotional support, as
Hmm.
well as for ritualistic things. So one of the most famous oil usage that we all know about is frankincense and myrrh,
Hmm.
right? So what did Jesus use frankincense for? Traditionally, back then, frankincense was even used as an anti-inflammatory. So there was no Walmart at the time, right? So they
Right.
couldn't just run down to Walmart and say, "Hey, let's." And so frankincense was used in a wash capacity for babies back then. So it would help with the red and angry of the body.
Hmm.
Lavender as well helped with that, as the stress of the child coming out. They would anoint them with these oils and herbs, and it would help them become more comfortable in that transition as well.
Okay.
Also, myrrh is great for postpartum depression. So
Really?
gotta think, poor Mary was stuck out in a barn. She's got
Yeah.
to be a little bit upset about that. And
Sure.
so that kind of an oil was also used as a medicinal, had medicinal qualities. And that's why they would have used that oil.
Wow. I did notice I bought toothpaste not too long ago and it had myrrh in it as well.
Yeah.
I suppose it has some sort of antibacterial effects.
Antibacterial, antifungal. It's also got sunscreen properties. It can help with
Really?
that, as well as skin. It's excellent for anything skin related. So if you've got fine lines and wrinkles you might be trying to get rid of, or you've got
Listen up.
discolorations, it helps with all of that as well.
Get
Yeah.
those wrinkles taken care of, ladies, just and gentlemen. Go out
I
and get
have a
yourself
great
some
blend for
myrrh.
that. It's called Immortelle, and that's what it's got: frankincense and myrrh, and some amazing skin tightening and skin healing properties. And it's some good stuff. It's
I'm
all
gonna have to
natural.
get
There's
some
no
of that.
chemical.
That sounds
Yeah, you
good.
should. Let me know. I'll
I
get you
will.
some.
I'll
No
hit you up
problem.
for some. That's wonderful. So educate. That's a big focus for you, isn't it?
I don't consider myself a salesperson. I am educating you on the essential oils, and if I don't know it, I will find out what oils will help with whatever's going on with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, you talked earlier about like pain
Yeah.
as an option. So deep blue and copaiba are oils that have been around for a very long time, blend of oils. And those are the things that we've researched and learned how to scientifically blend the oils to help the body do whatever it needs to do. Oils don't um, heal anything.
Hmm.
What they do is they help the body heal itself. And if you're
Right.
looking to learn and become more of a holistic person, do your research.
Hmm.
Find the oils and find the companies that are responsible and really want to help heal us and the world. And that's what I just talk about. You We've got, over 3,000 potentials for oils, but that's completely overwhelming for people.
Oh yeah.
All we want to do is find out what it is that helps you, and then we can tailor those oils to your needs. And I love to do that. I love to be able to help people find the oils that they need. And it just makes me happy when somebody has an experience that changes their lives with
Mm.
something as simple as a drop of essential oil. It's just my favorite thing to do. I
That's
can't stop talking about it. I mean, even if I wasn't selling it, I think I'd still be talking about it.
right. It's really amazing. No one's a carbon copy of anybody else. So their needs are going to always be different. And so it's through educating them that you can help them to zero in on what they specifically need. And I think
Yes,
that's why
ma'am.
it's important to have a consultant, somebody that understands, because it is a little bit like a shot in the dark. I mean, you go into a health food store and it's overwhelming the amount of choices. And the person there may or may not know about essential oils. And it's really good to have the education. So you're about empowering people to make good
Absolutely.
choices.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
Uh,
want them to educate themselves on how to use them as well. I'm here
right.
as a reference or a resource, but the tool is yours. And you
Mhm.
need to learn how to use that tool to the best of your family, your children, your pets, whoever needs that oil. It's our responsibility to become a wellness advocate for ourselves and our family. most moms are, whether they realize it or
Yeah.
not, right? They make the
Yeah.
decisions, they know when to go to the doctor, they make the decision to go to the ER. All of those things are already on our lap.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be nice to have something natural as well in our medicine cabinet that can help
Right.
with over-the-counter issues? Nobody
Right.
wanted to go to the hospital for a long time. Nobody wanted to go to urgent care. We're still a little kind of about
Yeah.
walking into medical facilities when 80% of your over-the-counter stuff can be taken care of at home without medication. It gives you a sense of empowerment. You've got what you need when you need it. Of course, if you have to go to the hospital, it's still there as well, but that also saves you cost, because how
Mhm.
much does it cost for you to go to the doctor now?
Right.
Okay, time off of work,
Yeah.
um, plus medications, plus whatever tests or whatever they might have performed, whether they were necessary or not.
Right.
You're looking at $100 to $200 cost for people who may not even be able to afford that, when you could get a kit for $100 to $200, which is going to help you for a whole year or more.
Wow.
So
So it's very
yeah, we
cost
don't go to the
effective.
doctor anymore. Yeah, very
Yeah.
rarely.
Yeah, there's so much that we can do at home that we don't necessarily just need to up and run to the doctor every time. So it's really good to have this. You touched earlier, you were talking about depression and citrus oils. And I was thinking about a statistic that I read recently. The CDC said that 70% of all ailments are due to stress and anxiety. What about anxiety? Are there things that you can do with essential oils that quell anxiety and stress?
Absolutely. Absolutely. doTERRA has actually been doing a lot of research on this, since it is such a hot topic. And
Mm.
now that we've gone through COVID, people are mourning and sad for the loss of their life, and they don't even realize it. Our lives have changed systemically,
Very
right?
much.
And people who were on the edge emotionally, that threw them over the edge, right? So
Mhm.
doTERRA has been doing a lot of scientific research about the different components in antidepressants and chemical options for that.
Mhm.
The truth be known, those chemical options came at some point in time from a natural option. And so a
Right.
lot of oils have those same chemical constituents that a drug has, but it's a pure and a natural form,
Mm.
unadulterated, doesn't cause side effects, all these things. And so doTERRA runs tests. And one of the ones that I remember from, I think it was convention 2 years ago, it was targeted at first responders. So before
Mhm.
COVID, the most stressful environment you could think of would be a 911 operator, right?
Yeah.
So these oils were tested in that environment, and they had phenomenal results. They would put people in two different rooms. They'd
Mhm.
crank the heat up in the room. They'd have somebody walking around with a white coat. You're taking a test. You're supposed to be um, maybe applying for a job or something, whatever it was. It would be a
Yeah.
blind test. People would sweat and freak out. But the oil room had a lot less of that emotion.
Mm.
It was just simply being diffused in one room and not in another. And it was palpable. You could see the differences in how people were reacting to the
Mhm.
stressful environment. And those are the type of things that we learn from. Adaptive was developed for that purpose. It's a blend of oils, and it's actually got an entire system with a pill form, which has got herbs and oils together, a roller bottle we call our fast acting inhaler. So when you're having a stressful day or a stressful moment, you can pull that out and apply it. I actually have two oils that I use all the time called Serenity and Balance, and I call that Liquid Relax. I had a call from a
Mm.
client today. She was having a panic attack on the side of the freeway.
Oh.
I told her to pull out her roller, and I rolled her up, and she was supposed to roll it behind her ears,
Mhm.
on her wrist, and she was supposed to slow down and take a couple of breaths. I could really actually hear her relaxing over
Oh.
the phone. She was so, and it was
Mm.
just like, if that can happen in a matter of seconds, you know, imagine what would happen if she was using it on a regular basis. She may never even get to that point.
Oh,
And
wow.
those are the things that we look at when we're talking about stress and anxiety, sleep, emotional
Yeah.
problems. So we plant so many weeds in our brain that
Uh-huh.
those weeds actually take root in our body.
Mm-hmm.
So because you're having an emotional state, you may actually end up with a physical manifestation of that emotional feeling.
Correct.
And so if we can get to the root of that, we can see which oil works best for that emotional stress. And that in turn can help people feel and better, of course, and then hopefully in time learn how to, live a little healthier or whatever the ailment might be. And
Wow.
so it's all about finding out what it is that you individually need.
Mm-hmm. So it's not only cost effective, but it's very effective. Now I have
And no side effects.
and no side effects. And that's one thing I really love because your body knows what to do with these things. Whereas if you take something that's, say, synthetic or has been refined a lot, the body's clueless as to how to handle that a lot of times. And that's where you get side effects.
That's correct.
Very,
Exactly right.
very interesting. So I have a question, and it's a question in regards to
Excuse
a
me.
lot. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about losing their sense of smell with our recent outbreak of the pandemic. Um, do you have anything that would help someone with that?
I do actually.
Okay.
There is a specific blend of oils because I did lose my sense of smell
Mhm.
and taste. Um, and it was probably 3 months. And about a month after I lost mine, they came out with a very minor protocol of oils that you can use on a regular basis that will bring your scent back. And it did work for me. I'd have to go back and look at it. I don't want to quote it first on
Okay.
sure, but I know rose is one of the oils that is in that blend, as well as frankincense.
Mm,
Clove is another one. So
okay.
all of those oils, even just off the top of my head, I know that they are good for tissue. They're
Mhm.
good for fungal and bacterial infections, as well as calming the body. So,
Mhm.
and even though you may have lost your sense, oops, sorry,
No worries.
lost your sense of smell, that doesn't mean the oils aren't working because they're
Right.
still getting in your body. So
Yeah.
2 seconds, it's in your brain.
Two
At 2 minutes,
seconds.
it's in your bloodstream. And within
Wow.
20 minutes, it's in every cell of your body. And whichever cell needs the support is what that oil is going to provide. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
It's pretty amazing.
it's cool.
It
It's
is.
and there's always something to learn. There's always something new. There's always a new oil. There's like 3,000 different ones out there, and we've only got about 200 of them. We're only touching the surface of what essential oils can do for us.
Why are they so powerful like that?
They are super concentrated.
Okay.
So if you were to look at a peppermint plant, they have these tiny microscopic sacs, which is what the
Mhm.
oil is. And oil is not a great definition for what they are because each one of them are different. But it's so incredibly concentrated protection for that plant to keep
Right.
that plant safe that we have now been able to harness that quality um, in specific ways,
Mhm.
cold pressed or steam distilled. Now there's an alcohol function that they can pull the oil out of. And then, like peppermint, 1 cup of 1 drop of peppermint is equal to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. So
Wow.
you can drink peppermint tea, but I don't want to drink 28 cups. So I'll take a drop instead, and it
No.
helps my body do it. They're very, very small molecularly as well, so that they can get into the cell and they can cross the blood brain barrier. Most
Okay.
medications cannot cross that barrier.
It's true.
The body likes them, they work with the body, they don't fight the body in any way. They
Mhm.
they they work symbiotically, and that's why they're so effective with the body.
What about allergy season? Because I know here in Georgia, that's just a thing for us all the time. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of us struggle with seasonal allergies, not just one time a year, pretty much throughout the
All the
year.
time. Yep.
Yeah.
Simple. It's actually one of the cheapest remedies you can get. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint together work
Mm.
fabulously as an anti-allergy issue uh, resolution. Lavender on the tip of your nose will stop your nose running.
Mm.
Peppermint is great as a vasodilator. It opens up your blood vessels and allows oxygen to flow through. And then lemon is cleansing. So lemon is going to help break down all that goo that's created inside
Mhm.
your nose. And they actually have, doTERRA does have a caplet of it. So if you are a seasonal allergy sufferer, which I was for years, but
Mhm.
I don't I haven't taken the medication in 7 years. Just
Wow.
using my oils on a regular basis and using the vitamins that they've got that have oils in them.
Hmm.
I don't have to do it. Now, did we have a rough patch a couple weeks ago? Yes. Did I put lemon, lavender, and peppermint in my diffuser? Yes. Do I have a roller that I can use if I need it? Of course. But I don't have to take medication all the time anymore.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, one of the big issues we have in our country with health, one of the big causatives, I would say, or this is what I read, is a lack of sleep. That's huge. Our body can't repair itself when it doesn't sleep. What oils would be helpful with sleep?
So the liquid relax that I talked about has a blend in it called Serenity, and Serenity is a blend of oils that has been around for maybe 100 years.
Hmm.
That helps the body create more serotonin. Is that correct? Yeah, to
Yep.
get into that REM sleep that you need. Things like tea tree by themselves through Chinese medicine. You can put that on the middle of your forehead, behind your ears, and it will help stop your mental capacity. The energy will
Wow.
stop that. Yeah. And so combinations of different oils, vetiver from the plant in Haiti, from the root is extremely grounding. You
Mm,
could put a couple drops of vetiver on the bottom of your feet and it will help you relax. So
mm.
those are all the different things that well, just some, but there's many different combinations of oils that you can use to help relax your body.
Vetiver is also really helpful for concentration, like with children, right? If they
Yes,
are struggling, it's so hard going to school. I mean, I don't know, children have to sit there so long, and kids are made to run around and play. And unfortunately, they don't get enough of that. So something like vetiver might help them get through that day, I would imagine.
absolutely. Something as simple as peppermint and a wild orange as well are proven to help cognitive thought. So if you're
Mhm.
studying and like it engages the memory. So
Okay.
you study with peppermint and then you put some peppermint on before you go into the test or have a peppermint. It's been shown that people actually um, regurgitate or remember the information better with the
Mm.
sense of smell added to it. And again, that's cheap. We want to go with the cheapest, I'm cheapskate,
Yeah.
cheapest oil first. And they've even created a kids kit that helps them with identify their own emotional feelings. So
Oh,
again,
wow.
empowering the kids to be able to make that decision. You have a set of cards, you have a set of oils. So if they've got a boo boo, they
Mhm.
can get their oils and put their boo boo on. If they are going to study for a test, Thinker comes along and does it. If they got a stomach ache, they've got an
Mhm.
oil that they can use to help themselves through whatever little bump that they're going through.
Every mom
So,
needs one of these kits. This sounds like it would be something wonderful to have on hand at all times because, boy, as moms, do we ever, we're just the first doctor that they have to see, before we even make a decision about a doctor. And wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to kind of preemptively, have some things aside that could help them? I think that's really, really wonderful. So you do a lot, Tanya. You have a lot of events going on. You do things with the House of Light. You're there right now,
I
correct?
am.
And what are you doing? What have you been doing there today?
So there are let me start again. I am doing Aromatouch here at the House of Light.
Okay.
And that is an essential oil application technique that uses um, 7 different oils to help put the body into what we call homeostasis.
Okay.
Now, most people very rarely reach homeostasis on their own.
Right.
So it's not that you're high up or you're stressed, and it's not that you're asleep. It puts you in the perfect balance of where your
Mhm.
body heals itself and wants to be. And so through these specific oils in the specific way, it actually allows your body to have maybe 4 or 6 hours of that homeostasis feeling.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it for people that have autoimmune or chronic symptoms that they don't get any rest from. I have quite
Right.
a few of my clients that have those autoimmune issues, and they're good for a full day. So if you were to
Oh.
do it on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, then the benefits become more and more and
Mhm.
more. And it's scientifically proven the way these oils work and how they're added. 7 oils is a lot to put on a body,
Mhm.
but because of the way that they're done, the body loves it again and
Right.
creates its own homeostasis. So that's what I've been doing here.
And if they want to know more about that or schedule, they can call the House of Light.
Yes, either me or the House of Light, we can schedule. I'm here on Tuesdays, but as long as the room is available, I don't mind coming anytime during the week.
Okay, and that number is 470-414-6711. That's the House of Light. So you have some events you're doing too. You always have some events going on.
We always have events. Yes, we do. The first, sorry, the second Tuesday of the month, I'm also the president of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
So we meet this month. We're going to be meeting tonight, actually, at Hydrate, which is a new place here in Noonan. That is, it's kind of cool. You can have a bag of fluid added to your body. It's
Wow.
yeah, and they have vitamins and minerals as well as pain meds that can be administered to people on an as needed basis. So we're going to go learn
Nice.
about that tonight.
That's exciting.
Here at the House of Light, we're doing a fun kids event on Saturday. It's anybody from the ages of 7 to 100 are invited to come and learn a little bit about emojis and emotions. And
Nice.
we're going to make Play-Doh, and we're going to make fun roller bottles to help all of our littles or bigs
Mhm.
kind of get in touch with their inner child and address any emotional issues that they are having. So those are the two. And every Thursday, I teach online classes. So if
Okay.
you just want to dabble and you want to learn a little bit about my top 10, my favorite oils, we teach 3 classes, my team and I do, at 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 9 Eastern time. So all
Okay.
you have to do is ask for the link, and I'll send you the link to our Zoom class. It takes
Okay.
about 30-45 minutes, and you can learn the basics of essential oils.
And how do they get a hold of you?
So my email address is Tanya, Tana, doTERRA @gmail.com. Or
Okay.
you can give me a call. My number is 678
Mhm.
877 7630, or visit my website, which is totalbodyhappiness.com.
Nice. I love that. So, last question. I ask this for everybody, and there's no wrong answer. You get an A no matter what. If you could live at any time in history, when would that be and why?
So you said that, and I kind of drew a blank. But then, as we've been talking, I've kind of realized where have always wanted to be, and that would be like turn of the century, Bridgerton time frame with the beautiful
Nice.
dresses, the balls. How amazing would it be
Oh,
to,
yeah.
number one, be rich and have the opportunity to go to these amazing uh, balls and stuff like that? That's where I would want to be. It was also kind of the beginning of medicine, and that was where they were started to learn about all the different things that were happening. The plague happened, and they
Mm.
had to learn how to deal with all of that. So that was probably the turn of the century is an amazing time to be.
Well, you just want to make sure you have your essential oils with you when you go there.
Absolutely.
Sounds like that would be a really good idea. Well, Tanya, thank you so much for coming and talking to us today. I'm very grateful to know you and so grateful for all the wisdom that you have. And just reach out to her, totalbodyhappiness.com, for more information. And thank you so much for coming on today. Bless you.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.